What's up, guys? It's your girl Kia, and I am actually doing a story time today. And no, the title you're reading below is not clickbait. This is a real question, and I'm going to give you the scenario of what happened. And I do want honest feedback about what happened. The story didn't happen directly to me. It happened to my mother on August 20th, which was yesterday, depending on when you're watching this video. And I posted this on Facebook and other places just to get people's feedback about, is this racist? And so here's the situation. My family is from St. Petersburg, Florida. There's a beautiful beach in St. Petersburg, Florida. My mom, my aunt, and my cousin enjoy going to go watch the sunset. I think a couple of times they've gone to watch the sunrise, but going to the beach is something they do a couple of times during the month, maybe once a week at this point. They go down to the beach. So on the recent time, August 20th, they go down to watch the sunset. They're walking down to the beach. My mom goes ahead to save a bench. My aunt, who is elderly, is being helped by her daughter, my cousin, to get down to the area where the bench is to watch the sunset. Um, Out of nowhere, a white man comes up and looks at my cousin and says, "In 20 years, you're going to look just like your mammy." Yes, people, I said the word mammy. That's not like I'm changing the word to some Southern colloquialism. He actually said the word mammy. My cousin is caught off guard, like anyone would be when you're hearing something crazy coming from somebody, or when you actually hear the word mammy being said out loud and you're not, in slave garb in the 1400s. So my cousin asked him, like, "What are you talking about? What are you saying?" And he loudly repeats it, "In 20 years, you're going to look," it might have been be like, but look slash be like, just like your mammy. Kind of talking about my aunt from what it seemed like to my cousin. My cousin got upset, and of course she's going back and forth with this guy. That guy honestly better be glad that it didn't end up harmed. My cousin is not that type of woman where she just brushes things off or just going on with your drunk self. She's very defensive of her family, especially her mother, my aunt. So the man kind of throws his hands up and says, "I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong." He goes on about his day. My cousin is at this point very distraught. She's upset. She's frustrated. My mom's upset and frustrated. My aunt also is upset. Everybody was thrown off. Their beautiful day of watching the sunset has now turned into an incident of racism to them. And, when my mom first told me about it, I first and let me retract that. My mom didn't tell me about it. She posted a video on Facebook, just kind of looking at the sunset and letting people know I just had an incident of racism. It hurt my feeling. It really upset me. Racism. So I heard racism. I think, like a lot of people, white, black, blue, green, we think of the N word or something like being called a darkie, which again, to me, darkie and mammy, same along those same lines. Like, why are you saying this? We're in 2022. I'm almost like, well, why didn't you just go with, the N word, but the hard ER? But he chose mammy. But again, back to her video, that's what we thought. Me and my brother thought that. So when I called my mom to have a conversation about it, she explained it to me, and I was definitely thrown off. Initially, I was like, well, is mammy racist, or is it just really ignorant and dumb to say, and you shouldn't say that to anybody? And I had to think about it for a second because I don't want anybody talking to my mom any kind of way. But the mammy term is so foreign to me and to my brother because of our ages and because, our knowledge of Black history is not 100%. And I went to an HBCU. I'm very familiar with racist tones. I actually took an African American history course. So, African American movie history course, which was my favorite class I've ever taken. I learned so much about film and different things that they've done and advertising and everything. And I had to think back to that time in that classroom when we were shown certain things. And the reality of it, I think people may not think, but the mammy's definitely, it's racist. It's racist. When you think about mammy, you might not be able to put, well, Lord, what's a mammy? My sister-in-law said she's from Virginia, and everybody would say mammy as a term for mother or mom. Like, mammy said go do this, or mammy said go do that, or did you take your mammy over here? Blah blah blah. That's how she said it was said. From my education at Florida A&M University, FAMU, the mammy character was actually used to portray slaves as Black, happy, large-breasted women who were cooking and cleaning, just happy to be there, jolly, taking care of kids. And it was a tool that the antebellum South used against the North's anti-slavery tactics. Like, the North will put out straight up, this is what slavery looks like. This is what it is. And the South will come back and say, no, they're happy to be here. If you're looking for like a direct Mammy character that you can think of, I forgot what her name is from Gone with the Wind, but the Gone with the Wind, I can't think of her name. Sorry, guys, but she was the black woman slave was is the Mammy character. You can also look at the original Aunt Jemima. She is the black Mammy character. You know, I'm just happy to be here in slavery making pancakes. Another example would be the actual jars of cookies used to be fat black women with the dark skin, the white do-rag, the big red lips. That is the Mammy character. And when you think about it that way, it is definitely, to me, it is racist. It is ignorant. It is inappropriate. And it took me going back to that education in FAM to really realize, yeah, this, you shouldn't be calling nobody's Mammy. It's just racist. But again, my sister-in-law from Virginia, that's just something they said. Does it sound great? No. Is it racist up there? No. Is it common and black people said it to everybody saying it? Yes. And that's just the gist of it. So, you know, I kind of want to get the conversation started. And, you know, the reason why I'm doing this video and not my mom is because my mom is not a YouTuber. She's not comfortable about doing it. I have no issue doing it because I want to get the conversation started, because I now think it's racist. I didn't when she first told me, and after doing some research, yeah, it's racist to call a black woman a Mammy. Darky, Sambo, any of these old words from years ago are inappropriate to say to black people. And I laugh a little bit, not because I think it's funny, but because people in 2022 are still using terms like Mammy. Like, white people, I get it. White people can be racist. They say ignorant stuff. I get that. But Mammy, what year are we in where we're still using the word, that term? So again, that's the whole gist. You know, drop down in the comments, you know, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, drop down in the comments. Let me know your opinion. Let me know your thoughts. I've tagged people in this video so that they can add their thoughts to it and their feelings, and hopefully get everybody on the same page and get the story out there, because things like this should not be happening. And again, to that guy who did this to my mother, aunt, and cousin, you better be glad it was just those three who were there. If that would have been my cousin Dominique, me, my cousin Julius, Tara, Tanya, Sonia, Gwen, Gary, or any of us other ones, it would have been bad at the beach. We would have been on the news. Whether I thought the comment was racist in the moment or not, you are not going to disrespect elders in our family in front of us. That's not the type of young people or younger people, because I'm not that young, younger people are going to tolerate. That's just not how we roll. You know, shout out to our adopted brother, John Lorenzo, who probably would have also been in jail as well. So anyway, all right, that's the end of the video. I look forward to your comments.